Welcome to another episode of the Fill Your Soul podcast. I'm your host, Bree Noall Brown, along with Amanda K. Gillen, and we're here to talk to you about all things foot zoning. Let's jump into our next episode. Okay.
I'm ready when you.
I'm ready too.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of the Fill Your Soul podcast. We have a special guest with us today. This is my dad and the owner of the school, Brad Noall. And he's here to answer a couple questions for you guys. We actually have 6 questions for him that we're going to do over the next couple weeks. So, you ready for these?
Let's do it. And so, thanks for having me on.
Of course.
This is kind of a rare thing. I get a chance to be on the podcast.
It wasn't meant to be a rare thing.
But
it is meant to be a frequent thing to have him on here. If you haven't listened to his last episode, it was season 1. And it was the vagus nerve.
That's okay. It's okay. We're gonna get some better funds here.
Yeah.
And no dad jokes during the time. So here we go.
We'll try because there are many episodes. So our first question that we wanted to talk about, and we actually get this quite a bit, is what is proprietary signals and why is that so unique to We Do Feet? And we kind of want to just talk about that for just a minute. So can you tell us, first off, what is proprietary signals? And then we'll go into why that's important for We Do Feet.
Okay, that's actually a really good question because it's a tough question to answer. What is ours? What is proprietary? What's different? Because the zone is the zone, right? I mean, the liver is the liver. It's on the foot, right?
Exactly.
But what we consider our proprietary material is stuff that we've evolved into and developed specific or in-depth techniques in regards to, advanced treatments like blood supply in the liver, or like neurological connections inside the liver, or over 50 different treatments up in the brain treatment specifically. And so it's so that's kind of what we consider proprietary. But if we can, I digress a little bit. The zone is a zone.
Yes.
I mean, it's been around since the beginning of time, right? So, but and we definitely teach what Erstall taught as he brought it over to the United States back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But we've advanced it. We've evolved with it. We've seen that not only pressure has changed, but also technique has changed.
Yes.
And also with the technique, we've found ways. They're like, oh, along with this, we can now do this, this, and this, and through a lot of practice and a lot of discussion and over time and evolution, we don't just take a technique and say, oh, let's just put it in the foot.
Right.
We say, hey, we're working on, we feel like there's more in the heart. Where do we go from here? Mm-hmm. So now we plot out the heart, we diagram it on the foot, how it would sit, where the flow, what the energy is. I mean, our last heart treatment, guys, it took us almost 3 years to develop.
It did.
At least.
It had been in the works, guys, for like 6 years. And then we had instructors practice it for
a long time.
A good couple years before we provided it to students.
Right, because we want to make sure what we're developing in our school is true to nature, true to form, not just for one foot, but for every foot. And that we can make sure it's duplicatable and it's the same thing everywhere.
Yes.
And so that's kind of what our proprietary stuff is. But the other thing is what was the other part of that question?
Why is We Do Feet so unique in this? And if I can kind of add to that, I would say it's because we have such an amazing community. We have 34 plus students and instructors, and from that we are constantly adding to it together and evolving it together.
Right. And it's not just like, here's the zone, we're done.
Yes.
Done. It's like, let's do the zone, but what more comes up? And I tell you, as evolution shows, as you just look back at, we've been doing this for 25 years, is that things get better. They don't change, they get better. Yes. So we add to the zone. Guys, when we first learned the zone, it was like 35 minutes. We could do the zone at 35 minutes. And now it's at least an hour because there's so much more involved with it. And it's in depth. And we still haven't perfected it. It's still getting better. It's still getting better.
When I first, I went through our curriculum and I was mapping out, what signals kind of you originally started with and then where we're at now. And don't quote me on like exact number here, but it was like 65 originally from what you guys did. And we're at 99 signals right now.
Yeah. And by the way, that's 99 pages of signals with sometimes over 5 different movements on each signal.
Exactly.
So I think in the head, I counted just what we do up in the brain.
52.
We over 50 something different movements that we're doing just on the bottom of the toes to get into the brain, and we're still doing more.
we're
We're
still
still
doing more.
learning more.
Yep.
I mean, there's always room for improvement, right? As we know, the evolution of the zone gets that way, and that's kind of what our proprietary material is. But I think totality, the zone is evolving
Yes,
in
it
general.
is. And when it comes to not like as a selling point of like why come to
Oh,
us,
yeah,
but
that's probably a good idea.
but I do believe we have a very unique opportunity here with our school is because we do have so many like-minded people constantly trying to evolve the zone. So there is definitely an appeal coming for us. Being said, this is by no means saying like other schools don't have that as well. Like I'm sure they do. We always just encourage people.
Yeah, go exactly where
you
you're
need to.
supposed to go. But I think, maybe we should do that on a second question, because
Yeah.
I think that's a really good question to maybe address in a deeper level what we go over intensely. So save that one for the next question.
Yes, that's perfect. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.